Hey everybody, Gabe Suarez here. So today I want to talk about something I haven't talked about in a long time, man. Revolvers. So this is my Smith& Wesson 686. It was my first personally owned duty pistol. Um, and yes, a revolver is in fact a pistol, a revolving pistol as opposed to a semi-automatic pistol. But anyway, yeah. So I started LA County Sheriff's back in 1986, and my first duty pistol was a Smith& Wesson Model 67, a combat masterpiece, and stainless steel, 38 special 4-inch revolver, and it was cool. But I always, when I could, went out and bought my own, made it better, and all that kind of stuff. And this was it. This is how I carried it. I went into battle with this thing every night with a whopping 18 rounds of ammunition. And then this guy right here, a Smith & Wesson Chief Special that I had the hammer bobbed in my left cheek pocket. And, that's how we went off to, do battle with the forces of evil. And at the time, this was state of the art, but it was already waning. And the advent of the semi-auto and law enforcement was already well on its way. I mean, you look at this. Okay, this guy right here with 6 rounds on board, another 2 speed loaders because they didn't allow you to carry anything else. And another 5 shots, on your left butt cheek. Okay, so that's 18, 19, 20, 21, 20, 23 rounds. Okay. This guy right here has 16 on board, and I got a 23 round magazine to back it up. Times change, but there's still a place for revolvers, and I've talked about this before. You can't compare this, okay, state of the art in the 1980s to what I'm carrying today, a CZP-01. Or a Glock or whatever, some other kind of pistol that you like to carry. But you know what? The revolver is not dead. I think there are 2 niches where it fits in perfectly. And one of those would be a weapon of this size right here, but in something along the lines of a 44 Magnum, which is what you would carry if you're out in the woods, where there are large predators, large animals, and you're kind of on the menu. You're an appetizer, and so on. Now, guys want to argue. Well, my Glock 10 millimeter. Okay, fine, whatever. I'm not in a position where I live around bears and things like that, but I know a lot of people that do, and what they tell me is that a powerful full bore 44 Magnum is miles ahead of a 10 millimeter. I don't know if that's true, but I'm prepared to take them at their word. So I would say that the primary niche is backcountry travel in areas populated by predators that are going to eat you, and you want something that you can defend yourself quickly in a pinch. Okay. The second niche for revolvers, and I think the most pertinent for our studies, are little guys like this. Okay, so this was the one that I carried in my back pocket back in those days, and this is a new Smith Airweight. Okay, this is ounces, and this can go in any pocket. I'm wearing a hoodie right now. This can go in the the front pocket of the hoodie and so on. I can take this out. I can give it to somebody that's with me that maybe didn't bring their own blaster and so on. And so this is kind of a last ditch, non-permissive environment pistol. That in essence what it is it's a punch that you can project force to a greater degree. This isn't something you're going to pop heads at 25 yards. It's something you're going to stick in somebody's rib cage, stick it up under their chin, or a couple other tender places, and then inject 5 doses of hate into their body. I think that's what the role of this guy is right now today. Non-permissive environment, as kind of a floating backup pistol, so to speak. Now, there are things that you can do to make these better. Okay, one obviously is a set of grips. I know they're not, Cooper didn't call them grips, but I call them grips because that's what everybody calls them today. And the other area is in dehorning the weapon. Now, some of the newer Smith & Wessons are very good at this. Some of the newer Smith & Wessons suck. So, if you run your hand over the weapon and there are any sharp edges and things like that on it, take it to a gunsmith like Paul or Josh at Suarez International and have them kind of smooth those things out. They can refinish it for you in any cool colors that you like. And remove those issues. Now, I did that with this, my carry gun, maybe I'll take some detailed pictures of this, but I made this as smooth and easy to work with. The only things that are sharp on here are the hammer, and there's a reason for that, and then the rear sight. But I made these as smooth as possible to go in and come out of holsters and pockets very easily and very smoothly. So your pistol should be smooth like that. The second area, and this is really important, even if it's going to be a weapon that is used up close, and that is in the area of triggers, okay? In the area of triggers. Triggers should be light but reliable. That's a good way to put it, light but reliable, okay? Now, this one was worked on by a revolver smith that is no longer with us, but this gives me a 6.5 pound double action pull. 6.5 pounds. I carried this on duty and it worked every single time. I shot Distinguished Expert with this. The single action is ridiculous. If you put this on a 1911, people would be afraid to carry it. Okay. Now, Paul has worked on this one. Okay. This is my current Smith & Wesson Airweight, and this has got about a 7-pound trigger pull. Okay. And it is abso-fucking-lutely beautiful to shoot. Okay, and now with this, I can take some supreme long shots that you probably shouldn't take with a J-frame revolver, but the trigger allows me to make those shots. The other reason why you need a nice trigger on a self-defense pistol is if you're involved in a struggle, maybe you've been injured or something, and maybe you don't even get your finger on the trigger properly, but you still got to press through. The smoother that trigger is and the within reason lighter that it is, it'll allow you to make that shot regardless of distance. So I'm really happy that Paul and Josh at Suarez International are getting into revolvers because I like revolvers. They're doing a fantastic job. So much so I got about 6 wheel guns that, old stuff that I used to carry back in the day. And I've dropped them off with them to get tuned up. I was really impressed with this. They've got a couple other pistols of mine there that they're working on. And, if you get a revolver and you carry it around with you or you want to rely on it for self-defense, you want to make it better, get a hold of them, SuarezInternational.com. They will create a fucking masterpiece for you, okay? Anyway, that's it. If you're interested in hearing more about the use of revolvers in self-defense, send me a comment, put a note down here, and we'll do it because I went into battle with these, and there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with revolvers that you can't do with semi-autos. I'm not saying that they're going to replace a semi-auto, but there's a time and a place for each weapon out there. Okay. Anyway, that's it. Got to hit the iron. Okay. Peace out.